While trying to choose a topic to create a video, it was hard for me to decide which topic to choose. And that too despite the fact that I had already scheduled down my topics. Then all of a sudden this topic popped up in front of my eyes. And so I decided, why not let's get help on indecisiveness and help my viewers too. So here are 5 most common reasons for indecisiveness. 1. Anterior insula. One of the primary reasons decision-making is difficult lies in the workings of our brain, particularly a region called the anterior insula. The anterior insula is like brain's very own warning system, constantly scanning for potential threats and losses. This little part of the brain is activated during decision-making and plays a crucial role in our aversion to loss. Think of it as an overprotective friend, always worried about what could go wrong. The anterior insula is hardwired to protect us from potential negative outcomes. And while this is generally a good thing, it can lead to a fear of making the wrong choice. To avoid the discomfort associated with potential loss, our brain sometimes decides that the best course of action is to make no decision at all. This avoidance mechanism, my friends, is what can leave us stuck in indecision, unable to move forward. 2. Emotions. Emotions also play a great role in our decision-making. The prefrontal cortex is responsible for processing emotions, and thus plays a crucial part in decision-making. Pioneering research by scientists like Marcel Mesulam, Leonard Heimer, Mortimer Mishkin, and Antonio Damasio has illuminated the crucial role of the prefrontal cortex in decision-making. Their work has shown that damage to this area can severely impair a person's ability to make even simple decisions. Patients with prefrontal cortex damage often struggle with even routine choices, highlighting the critical importance of emotions in the decision-making process. So one reason you might be struggling with decision-making might be that your prefrontal cortex is not functioning optimally. When our ability to process these emotions is compromised, making decisions becomes significantly harder. 3. Choice overload, the paradox of too many options. We live in a world of boundless options. But here's the paradox. While having options is generally a privilege, too many choices can lead to a phenomenon called choice overload. When faced with an overwhelming number of options, our brains can become confused and overwhelmed, making it difficult to discern the best choice. This information overload can lead to analysis paralysis, where we spend so much time weighing options that we end up making no decision at all. The sheer abundance of choices in modern life can thus be a significant barrier to effective decision-making. 4. The perfectionism trap, why good enough is often best. Now let's talk about perfectionism, the ultimate decision-making saboteur. Many of us, myself included, strive for the perfect outcome in every decision. We want to make the absolute best choice every time. But this pursuit of perfection can be paralyzing. The reality is, my friends, that no decision comes with absolute certainty. The fear of making an imperfect choice, of not achieving that elusive perfect outcome, can lead to inaction. When we insist on finding the perfect solution, we can become so fixated on avoiding mistakes that we fail to make any decision at all. This perfectionism trap keeps us in a state of indecision, preventing progress and growth. 5. Decision fatigue, why your brain needs a break too. Finally, let's address the very real phenomenon of decision fatigue. Our cognitive resources, much like the fuel in a spaceship, are limited, and making decisions, even small ones, requires significant mental energy. As we deplete these resources throughout the day, our ability to make well-considered choices diminishes. Think about it. After a long day of work, filled with countless decisions, do you find yourself making impulsive choices or avoiding decisions altogether? That, my friends, is decision fatigue setting in. This depletion of mental energy highlights the importance of managing our decision-making processes to avoid fatigue and maintain the quality of our choices. Just like you wouldn't launch a rocket without enough fuel, don't try to make important decisions when your brain is running on empty. So, there you have it. 5 major reasons why decision-making can be so challenging. By recognizing the role our brain, emotions, and the environment play in our choices, we can make more informed decisions and overcome the barriers to effective decision-making.